Today, we're going to talk about the 5 top dividend stocks in Singapore for Singapore investor. So if you are somebody who are looking for dividend yield, okay, gotta watch this video all the way to the end. If we have time, we'll talk about the 5 worst dividend stocks. Okay, so over here, before I start, please remember to like and subscribe. The last video, I see a lot of people subscribe to my channel, and that gives me the motivation to do more today. All right, so quickly, let's go on and search for the dividend stocks. Okay, so when we look at the dividend stocks, right, what do we mean by the best dividend stocks? Okay, number one is basically it is not the downtrend and falling dividend stocks, because a lot of people, when they buy dividend stocks, right, they end up losing on capital gain. Okay, if you are having this problem, you know what should you do, right? Okay, you have to adjust, rebalance your portfolio. Make sure that you are not holding the worst dividend stocks in the market. All right, so number one, let's look out for the uptrend. Okay, the uptrend. So for us, we uptrend, we look at the stage 2, and from the stage 2, right, over here, we will look out for what are some of the most traded stocks. Okay, and over here, some of these most traded stocks, there will be like some stocks that is like $40, there'll be like $3, there'll be $7, there'll be, $2, and there'll be some stocks that is like 71 cents. Okay, this is Yang Zijiang Finance. Okay, so if you ask me, okay, those less than $1, usually they are not so good quality. Okay, so usually even this capital REITs, if it's less than $1, usually to me is not the best quality. Okay, because usually a good company, their price is not so cheap. Okay, usually, understand? So many years ago, a lot of people, they bought this Thai beverage. Okay, so like this is like 47 cents. Okay, although for the longest time, it actually still went up. Okay, it still went up over here from 2010 all the way to 2016. It went up, right? Indeed, it went up from here to here. But over the years, this, if you are collecting the dividend, okay, it's not fantastic. It's not fantastic, but what's the problem? The problem is because it is on the downtrend. If it's on the uptrend, by now it should be above 90 cents, it should be above $1. Then you collect the dividend, then that is, you get the best of both worlds. You get the capital gain and you get the dividend yield. Okay, so a lot of misconception a lot of people have is they thought that just buy for dividend, I just hold. Okay, so to me, it doesn't make sense. Okay, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you hold on to something that is keep on falling, and then you collect the dividend, basically you are just collecting your own money. You're just giving yourself, right? You put 100,000 in the bank, and every year you just withdraw 5,000. You thought that this is 5% dividend yield, and that doesn't make sense. Okay, so by the way, if you watch until the end, we will share with you the top 5 best dividend stocks. Okay, so if you're wondering, Thai beverage, is it a good dividend stocks? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, so the good dividend stocks are the one that I will say the yield is more than 4%. Okay, the yield is more than 4%. Okay, and then the trend is not the what we call downtrend. Okay, the trend is at least a sideways or an uptrend. Okay, and generally for long term, it is going on the uptrend. Okay, so those stocks that are breaking into new high and on the uptrend, okay, usually by now their yield is no longer 4%. Okay, because price has went up. So again, when price go up, the yield usually go down. Okay, so by now, if you look at ST Engineering, so what do? You can actually Google ST Engineering dividend. Okay, so you can look out for the dividend yield. Okay, dividend yield. So when you look at this, like let's say this is a Google Finance, you see, okay, dividend yield is 2.4%. Okay, 2.4%. So sometimes you want to double check in their website, is it the correct? Is it correct? Okay, you can double check. But over here, if you ask me, okay, ST Engineering, is it a good dividend stocks now? Okay, so far the yield is not pretty high. Okay, so we look out for things that is more than 4%, for our dividend investor. So over here, how much is it? So sometimes I go into this kind of a website like dividend.sg, okay, and I see, right? So you can see the historical 2021, how much? 2022, 2023, 2024. So if you're wondering, ST Engineering, is it a good dividend stocks? Okay, one thing good is it's very consistent in paying the dividend every year they pay. So what is a good dividend stock? A good dividend stocks are something that pay consistently. Okay, so if you see X date, May 2025, April, November, okay, and then August. So every year 2 times. Okay, every year 2 times, 2 times to, even sometimes 3 times, right? So April, May, August. Okay, April, May, August, the X date. Okay, so that means that this is a very consistent. But in this case, is it high dividend yield? Right now, it's not a high dividend yield. But okay, based on our previous video, right, this is one of the strongest stock in the market. Okay, so which means we cannot find stocks that is already skyrocket. Okay, if it's already skyrocket, then it's not a good dividend yield. Okay, so let's move on to this. Okay, by the way, of course, somebody will talk about what about the bank stocks? Okay, is the bank doing well? Is the bank having more than 4% yield right now? Okay, so same thing, right? You can look out for, the DBS, and you can see, okay, DBS is about 3. Okay, right now, still have one more to go. Okay, one more dividend to go. So banks is actually good dividend yield. Okay, so if you wonder anything more than 4%, okay, 2023 DBS pay about these are 5.2, 2024 DBS pay about 4.88%, and right now the dividend yield trailing 12 month is 5.48%. So number one clue, right, we got it, is the banks are the good dividend yield stocks. Okay, so if you wonder, how many banks in Singapore, I think everybody know, right? Okay, DBS, UOB, and OCBC. Okay, so UOB is still on this kind of like a downtrend. Okay, there's a resistance. So have not break above this uptrend. However, for the long-term trend, right? Long-term trend is still like an uptrend. And this one is due to what? This due to trade war. Okay, due to trade war. So which means generally, okay, as long as if you draw a trend line, right? If you draw a trend line, okay, you can tell that, this is the support level, one of the support level, okay? And another place is somewhere here, okay, that is the support level. So if you are a dividend investor, okay, you are not in a hurry to buy stocks. You want to wait for the stock to pull back near the support level, then that is the place you want to accumulate, right? So because it doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen every day that the price drop and you get to buy at the low price. So what do? Okay, you can wait. Okay, you can wait for opportunity. Okay, wait for opportunity. So when the price pull back, that is the accumulation zone. Okay, so first, okay, in this video, why you need to save this video? Because here we identify, what are the good one, the one that is the long term or the uptrend, and second, we identify where is the place is good for accumulation for dividend. Understand? Okay, so anyway, okay, so banks, DBS, UOB, OCBC, and of course DBS right now is also at the resistance zone. And if you look out for the support level, okay, you want to wait for the stocks to have a pullback. So when will these stocks pull back, right? You look out for those crazy times where it have a strong pullback. You notice that, wow, okay, we are actually quite far away from this very sharp drop. We are very far away from this sharp drop. So will this come back to at least $40? Okay, will this come back to at least $38? So if this happen, okay, if this happen, that will be a kind of like a support level. So around 38, 40, 41, this level will be better for dividend investor. So dividend investor don't buy every day. Okay, don't buy every day. So you must behave like a dividend investor for your dividend portfolio. If you are looking for growth, then of course you look out for those stock that is, going on the uptrend. Okay, so however, okay, right now we are still, 4 stocks behind. So first we found out, okay, bank stocks, Dividend, OCBC, DBS, UOB, okay, these three, okay, is pretty good dividend stocks. Okay, even if you search for OCBC, right? So if you search for OCBC, what do you see, right? Okay, OCBC. Okay, how much is the dividend yield? Okay, about 6.2. But don't think it's so high lah. So just think about it is about 4. It's about 4. Okay, 6 point something is not so sustainable. By the time you really get these stocks, sometimes it probably will be 4 point something, because you look at the average. Okay, look at the average. Don't look at like this kind of trading 12-month data. Sometimes it's a bit not sustainable. Okay, not sustainable. So anyway, okay, wait for it to pull back. For even if also for OCBC, the stocks right now is still on the kind of like a downtrend. Actually, it haven't really moved. Okay, and if you want to accumulate this earlier, okay, actually you can base on the previous low. Okay, based on this previous low as a support level, based on this previous high as a support level. So look out for this area. Okay, look out for this area. Okay, which is the $15.20 to $15.40 area. That will be, a kind of like a pullback. Okay, at least there is some small little support around this area. So we try to get the stocks, okay, that is on the uptrend. Okay, if you want to learn more about this technical analysis, right? Okay, we actually have an upcoming session called the 3-day stock market challenge. Okay, so newstockmarketchallenge.com. Okay, this website, go to this website, newstockmarketchallenge.com. You can register for our upcoming 3-day market challenge. Okay, it's only $3. Okay, it's only $3. So you can join this 3-day challenge where we will talk more on this support and resistance, how to identify entry point. Okay, so actually OCBC is more likely to have a entry because it's nearer to the support. So around $15.40, okay, this level. Okay, help me to write down in the comment, because while I'm presenting over here, I do not have time. Help me to write down. Okay, OCBC, $15.40, so that we remind each other like a community, right? Like a community. So around this level is actually considered a discount, okay? Because previously it dropped, it bounced back up, it dropped around this level, and then it bounced back up. So if it dropped around this level, overall it's still on the uptrend, and of course, okay, if it's really crazy crash, then this is another crazy level, okay, crazy level, which is $13. Okay, I hope it doesn't go there, because okay, a lot of people wouldn't be that happy. Okay, so anyway, okay, besides talking about the banks, okay, we go into other stocks. Okay, so if you ask me, is the airline good for dividend? Actually, I don't really like airlines. Okay, SIA is a like. Okay, if you look at the long term is actually not really an uptrend. Okay, so anything that's long term not uptrend, we don't want it to be in our portfolio. Okay, anything that's long term uptrend, if that is like Semcorp industry, yes. Okay, yes. So this is something that you want, but then is the yield okay or not? Okay, is the yield okay or not? So again, same thing. You look out for this Semcorp industry, and then you look out for the yield is 3.2. So is it good? I think it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Okay, if it pull back, if the price drop, you want to get some, you get more of a discount. So again, what do you see? You see that right now, okay, is it a good entry? No. Okay, it's a good entry. So again, same thing. If it pullbacks around $6.20, okay, that level, kind of like a bit better. So it needs to drop 10%, to $6.20. Then, okay, you have a support level somewhere over there. Okay, so let's move on into the next one. Okay, so if you notice, right, what I'm looking out here are those stocks that is heavily traded. So you can see that one day they have 22 million. Right, 22 million. Okay, so actually, one of the stocks that you probably can consider, okay, right now is Kaplan, right? Kaplan International Integrated Commercial Trust, right? So Kaplan, generally, if you can see, for the past 1 year, is on the uptrend. Okay, it's on uptrend. So for this uptrend, it haven't really moved. Okay, it is still having this pattern called the cup and handle. Cup and handle. So this is the cup and handle. So the cup and handle actually means that it haven't really moved. It's still bottoming. Okay, it's still bottoming. And if you can see this, okay, it's breaking into the new high. So anything that can break into new high, they are actually on this thing called long-term uptrend. Okay, they are on the long-term uptrend. So the best thing, right here is out of all these stocks, a lot of stocks already went up. The bank stocks is at a resistance. The just now the ST engineering, all this is expensive right now. Okay, the Kaplan Integrated Commercial Trust, right? This one, right? Okay, let's call it C33U, huh? Okay, is on the uptrend, and if you look at this, and we go and take a look at this, okay, the yield is about 5, right? The yield is about 5. So for people who don't mind, okay, the stock never move, but still moving on the uptrend, long term still, overall since 2008 all the way is going on uptrend. Okay, I think this is actually quite okay. This is one of the best for dividend, right? One of the best. I'm not saying who is the best, but let's have 5 stocks. If you ask me, the banks is good, but you need to wait for a good entry. And just now, the SIA, all this is not good. Okay, I don't like because it's not a long-term uptrend. And this one is good. Okay, this is okay. So please help me to put down in your comment below. Okay, put down in the comment below. Okay, so the next one is Keppel DC. Okay, Keppel DC. Okay, if you follow my last video, right, I said that the stock just break out of the resistance. So Keppel DC, I like it. Why? Okay, because data center linked to technology, linked to AI, right? So this is something that is like a kind of like not the old school, okay, not the old school business, right? Okay, it's more like a technology business. And overall, okay, if you ask me, is this a long-term uptrend? Okay, it's not as good as this Kaplan. Okay, it's not as good. Okay, but if you look at the whole thing over here, there is a big downtrend that went down over here, and now it actually go back up. Okay, and this tested the support level and bounced. Okay, so of course now is it a good price? Not that fantastic, but if it pull back, okay, near the support level, like our last video around this price, we talk about it. Okay, if you pull back near around this level, okay, I think it's still okay because generally the REITs, right, the whole sector haven't really moved. Okay, the whole REIT sector haven't really moved, and this Keppel DC REITs is the strongest among all these REITs. Okay, it's the strongest among all these REITs. I do not really like the rest because they are very far away from the new high. Okay, a lot of people, they will think that, I need to buy something that is on a big discount. Okay, so they will probably like to buy like Keppel REIT. Okay, so they like to buy like stock that is have a big discount, haven't really moved. Okay, they like to buy like Maple Tree Maple Tree, okay, logistics. So but because this one have a huge discount, okay, it's not wrong. Okay, it's not wrong. It's just that personal preference, based on what I see, right? The stock that really give you the upside. Okay, look at this part. Okay, after this, how did it go up? 81%? It's because previously it was on the uptrend. Okay, and then it pulled back. The pullback is not a big pullback. The pullback is a small pullback. And this small pullback is the clue that this stock is actually strong. So when it break out, okay, just like what happened just now, Capital DC, right? It break out, and then after that, I say that if it pull back, that's a good price. Okay, so when it pull back, that's a good price. So over here, there's a blue arrow. So this blue arrow is actually a kind of like a good entry. That is a good entry. So when there's a pullback, there's a good entry. That's how the stock, is where we want to get in, right? So, okay. So when you look at the whole idea, the stock that is nearer to the high shows that the strength of the stocks is strong. Okay, so let's see lah. Okay, so there's a few things that can turn things around. Number one is the interest rate go down. So if the interest rate really go down, then of course some of these REITs will turn around. But to me, okay, my idea is usually the stronger one, like this one, Kaplan, right, is the strongest among the rest. Strongest among the rest means that the smart money prefer this one. The smart money is getting into the strong one. And this one remain cheap because nobody buy. Right? Nobody want to buy. That's why it remain cheap. Understand? Okay. So the next one, okay, somebody talk about this, will ask about what SATS. Okay, I don't think this is good. Okay, because it's like what I say, it's very far away from the high. It's not a long-term uptrend. Okay, so if it's not long-term uptrend, we try not to look out for it. So anyway, okay, we can use another scan called historical high, and then from here, I think Singtel is still good. Okay, if you say that this is a dividend stocks, let's check it out. Singtel, how much is the yield? 4.2, 4.25. So Singtel is also still a good dividend stock. Singtel, is it long-term uptrend? Okay, Singtel is on a long-term uptrend. But what's the problem? The problem is it actually went up too fast recently. Okay, so for Singtel, you need to wait for the stock to really go into a correction before you really take action. Okay, so if you haven't got in Singtel, wait for it to have a pullback. I wait for it to have a pullback. Okay, so yeah, I think maybe around $3.50, that kind of a level. Okay, wait for it to pull back. Wait for it to pull back. Okay, so right now another dividend stocks is this Singtel. Okay, and next is definitely none other than Sheng Siong. But then let me just double check again. Sheng Siong. Okay, Sheng Siong. Sheng Siong is about 3.4. Okay, so if we're looking for 4% plus, okay, Sheng Siong maybe pay a bit little. Okay, pay a bit too little. So let me see. Okay, what other stocks this website actually talk about? Wow. Okay, Genting also here. Okay, I don't think that is a good good what we call good stock lah. Good. It's not a long-term uptrend. Okay, so anyway, okay, what we see is banks. Okay, we cannot follow this one. This one too old school. Right? Okay, so let's take a look at our own screen. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Fraser. Okay, Fraser. Okay, Fraser center point. Okay. So Fraser, okay, Fraser actually is okay. Okay, Fraser is okay. So Fraser is also like overall long-term uptrend. Okay, Fraser is also a long-term uptrend. And let's take a look at Fraser. Okay, Fraser Center Point Trust. So Fraser is about 5.56. 5.56. All right. So again, okay, previously is about 5 something. Yeah, quite consistent, quite consistent. And price haven't really moved. So the dividend yield is very consistent. Okay, I think this is also one of the best long-term uptrend. Okay, so in other words, we got Kaplan, okay, Kaplan Commercial Trust, we got Fraser, we got Singtel, we got the banks, and then we got Capital DC. Okay, have y'all got it? Okay, if you have got it, if you watch all the way to the end, let me know in the chat. Okay, let me know in the chat. All right, and remember to like and subscribe this video. Okay, like and subscribe our channel, because I'm building up this channel. Okay, so if more people like and subscribe, it actually help me to know that what I'm doing is something that you prefer. And if you want to discuss other topic, please let me know in the comment, because every week I also thinking what should I do, right? What topic should I do to build this channel so that more people will subscribe. So let me know in the comment so that I can cater to some of your needs. And remember to share this video with your friend. Every week I try to do one video, okay? And this video, I hope that it can help you to understand more about the market, or directly give you the stocks, okay, that I watch. So like and subscribe, and I see you next